Shot Down, the true story of pilot Howard Snyder and the crew of the B-17 Susan Ruth. Written by Steve Snyder. Narrated by Richard Rieman. Preface. I was born on April 24, 1947, almost 2 years after VE Day, Victory in Europe, on May 8, 1945. Growing up in the 1950s, I loved watching World War II movies, Halls of Montezuma, Run Silent Run Deep, The Flying Tigers, Battle Cry, The Enemy Below, From Here to Eternity, Sands of Iwo Jima, with John Wayne as Marine Sergeant John Stryker, etc., and reading landmark books about World War II, 30 Seconds Over Tokyo, Guadalcanal Diary, The Battle of Britain, The Story of D-Day, etc. A favorite pastime was playing with little rubber toy soldiers, like the ones in Toy Story, and one Christmas my absolute top present was a Remco Navy pom-pom gun. My pals and I went to Army surplus stores to get ammo belts, canteens, and helmet liners. We had authentic-looking, at least to us, toy rifles. Although my father was in the Air Force, I wore his shirts to look like an infantry soldier. Looking the part, we played Army in vacant lots, along washes, and in the yards of people with big homes. My father, Pop, owned a small restaurant, Snyder's Coffee Shop, in Pasadena, California, at the corner of Altadena Drive and Colorado Boulevard. It was about a half-mile from our home, and my buddies and I would march up to it, get free ice cream and sodas, and then march back. It was all very serious stuff to us. When young, about the only things I knew about my father's war history was that he was a captain and pilot of a B-17 bomber named after my oldest sister, Susan Ruth Snyder. He used to help me build World War II model airplanes, including German fighter planes, Focke-Wulf 190 and Messerschmitt 109. But of course my favorite was a B-17 Flying Fortress. From time to time, my parents would get together socially with friends with whom he went through pilot training, or with members of his crew and their wives. He belonged to the 306th Bomb Group Association and went to a few AFEs, Air Force's Escape and Evasion Society reunions. But I really didn't know anything about them. He would also correspond with people in Belgium who had hit him and helped him escape the Germans after his plane was shot down. My dad didn't really talk about the war until after he and my mother took trips to Belgium in 1988 and 1989.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?